There is a force in this world more powerful than anger, more lasting than fame, and more healing than money. That force is love. Love is the language every heart understands, even when words fail. It's the song sung by a mother rocking her baby to sleep, the courage of a friend standing by you in your darkest hour, and the quiet forgiveness that mends broken bonds. We live in a world where people hunger for love more than bread, thirst for love more than water, and chase after love more than gold. Yet, too often, we forget what love really means. The Bible, timeless and eternal, gives us a roadmap of love. Not just the romantic love we see in movies, but a deeper, life-changing kind of love that transforms families, communities, and even nations. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 10 Bible verses about love, but not just to read them. I want to tell you stories, paint pictures, and leave you with lessons that will touch your heart and inspire your soul. So, sit back, open your heart, and let these words breathe life into you. Paul's famous words are often read at weddings, but they go far beyond romance. Patience and kindness are the backbone of true love. Think of a teacher who spends extra hours with a struggling student. She could give up, but instead, she patiently explains the lesson over and over. That is love in action. Or imagine a nurse who works double shifts, yet still greets her patients with a smile. Kindness even when exhausted. Patience is love's backbone. Kindness is love's face. Together, they build bridges instead of walls. Every day, you will meet people who test your patience, a difficult coworker, a stubborn child, a slow driver. But the true measure of love isn't shown when it's easy. It's revealed when it's hard. Takeaway: be patient with others, for someone has been patient with you. Be kind, because kindness is the seed that always bears fruit. Love that runs deep can cover a multitude of wrongs. Think of two siblings who fight constantly as children, yet when one is in trouble, the other is the first to show up. That's deep love, not shallow, not conditional, but rooted like an old oak tree. I once heard of a man whose brother betrayed him in business. Years later, when that brother fell ill, the man was the one who cared for him. People asked, "How can you forgive?" He answered, "Because love is stronger than my pain." Deep love doesn't ignore faults, it chooses to rise above them. Shallow love walks away at the first disappointment, but deep love stays when it's difficult. Takeaway: love deeply, not lightly. Don't let small offenses steal the chance to keep a big love alive. This verse doesn't say do some things in love, it says everything. Imagine if every word we spoke, every decision we made, every action we took was filtered through love. There's a story of a woman who baked bread for her neighbors every Saturday. Some thanked her, some ignored her, and some even criticized her baking. Yet she kept baking. One day, the grumpiest neighbor knocked on her door with tears in his eyes and said, "Your bread was the only kindness I've known in years." Doing everything in love means even the smallest actions. Holding a door, sending a text, listening when someone needs an ear, can change lives. Takeaway: don't wait for a stage or spotlight. Love shines brightest in the small, unseen moments. Love begins with God. Before we ever spoke His name, He loved us. Before we ever did anything right or wrong, He loved us. Think of a baby. The baby cannot earn a parent's love. The love comes first. In the same way, God's love is not a response to our goodness. It is the source of our worth. When we recognize that we are loved first, we are freed to love others without fear. You don't have to wait for someone to love you back. You can be the first to love, to smile, to forgive, to care. Takeaway: love first, because someone once loved you before you knew how to love. This verse appears twice for a reason. Love is not seasonal, it is constant. There's a famous story of Mother Teresa. She once picked up a dying man from the streets of Calcutta, covered in sores and filth. As she cared for him, he whispered, "Why do you do this for me?" She replied, "Because I see Christ in you." Love doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect. It acts because that is its nature. Love is not a feeling that comes and goes. It's a decision to show up every day. Takeaway: let your entire life be wrapped in love, so that when people meet you, they feel valued. We often think of this as dying for someone, but it's also about living for someone. Parents lay down their lives daily when they sacrifice dreams for their children. Friends do it when they stand beside each other in storms. During World War II, there was a soldier who stepped on a grenade to save his comrades. They lived because he gave up his life. Years later, those comrades said they lived not only for themselves but to honor him. True love is sacrificial. It says, "I put you before myself." Takeaway: sacrifice is the highest form of love, whether it's time, energy, or even pride. We often forget the second part, as yourself. If you hate yourself, you cannot love others fully. Self-love, rooted in God's view of us, is essential. Imagine two cups. If one is empty, it cannot fill the other. In the same way, you must care for your heart, soul, and mind. Only then can you pour into others. A man once dedicated his life to charity, but he burned out because he never rested. One day, a mentor told him, "Loving your neighbor includes loving yourself." He began to take care of his health, and only then could he serve with joy again. Takeaway: balance. Love others, but do not neglect yourself. Words are easy. "I love you" can be said in a second, but real love is proven in action. Think of a husband who says he loves his wife but never listens, never shows care. His words lose meaning. But another husband who may not say much but shows up daily, supports her dreams, and holds her in tough times, his love speaks louder. Takeaway: love is not what you say, it's what you do. Show it, live it, prove it. Hatred multiplies problems. Love solves them. Picture two co-workers who dislike each other. One day, one decides to break the ice by bringing the other coffee. That small act begins a friendship that turns years of tension into peace. Hatred is heavy. Love is light. Hatred chains you to the past. Love frees you for the future. Takeaway: wherever conflict lives, love is the key that unlocks peace. Love is not meant for a moment. It is meant for a lifetime. Faithfulness is love's anchor. There's a story of an elderly couple married for 60 years. When asked their secret, the husband said, "We never left love behind. Not when we fought, not when we struggled, not when we were tempted. We held on to love." Love without faithfulness fades, but love with faithfulness endures storms. Takeaway: choose love daily, not just when it's easy, but always. As we close, remember this. Love is not just a verse on a page. It is a lifestyle. The Bible gives us a treasure chest of wisdom, but the greatest gem is love. When you are gone, people may not remember what car you drove or how much money you had. They will remember how you loved. They will remember the patience, the kindness, the sacrifices, the forgiveness. Love is the one thing that never fails. So let love be your legacy. Walk out of here today and choose to love deeply, faithfully, sacrificially. For in the end, love is not just something you feel, it is something you do.